Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming on time. I wonder why, okay. So today I have a little topics that I think might be kind of useful for you because, we learned about ERP and I could have, teach you more and more modules. And I think, one of the spirits of ERP is that there is no software that is going to be one size fit all. It's never going to be the case. So the ability of the software to be able to customize according to specific company is actually quite crucial, okay? And most of the ERP allows you to do some type of customizations. Usually, if you buy commercial products, that customization is going to be done through the parent company. So you have to pay somebody to customize for you. Usually, it's not cheap. They're usually charged by hour, and it can be pretty expensive. And this is where the open source ERP shines, because for an open source ERP, they know that you don't want to hire somebody to do it, and the code is already there. And if you know how to do it, then you have all the ability to change anything in the software itself. So that's what I really like about open source software. You can change anything, okay? So if you want to change everything in your ERP next, technically you can, but you have to know about a little bit more about software. So there are many levels of customization that you can do in ERP Next. Today I'm going to do just the low code way, where you don't really have to touch the code that much. You just have to know where to click. Okay, but keep in mind that everything that I do can be done through the code, and like once you go into the code, then you have all the ability to change anything. So it's very, very powerful. Okay, so let me just show you how to customize the system, but with just the through the web interface. Okay, so I'm gonna go through I think I have some sites for me to try on. So okay, I'm gonna choose this one. Oh, not this one. Oh, actually this one. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. Okay, and I'm right in ERP Next, okay? So normally these are the module, and usually it offers you a lot of documentation, a lot of documents for you to type in your data. But let's just imagine the case where you have more additional needs to record some more information in your organization. And you want that information to be linked to the existing documents in your website and in your sites too, because that's kind of useful, right? So the scenario that maybe I can propose is like room reservation, pretty standard. If you look through all of this, there are actually no document that's specific for the room reservation, but there's nothing preventing you from creating one yourself. So let's create, the system where people can book the room, okay? So for here, I'm going to go to Frappe framework, because this is kind of like the underlying framework that kind of power the whole thing, okay? There you go. Okay, and in here, you're going to see a link called DocType, okay? And the DocType is actually the heart of the Frappe framework, okay? This is kind of like the core concept that you would have to know in order to customize it further, okay? But if you go through the DocType, you're going to start seeing some familiar names, okay? Maybe I can have a DocType name account. Yeah, there's a DocType name account, which is maybe, there's a DocType name account dimension, a lot of account, maybe something that might be useful with stock entry. Let's say stock entry. There you go. That is a DocType called stock entry. How about is there a DocType called item? Item? Okay. It's kind of hard to find because there's a lot, okay? It's in here somewhere, but yeah, right here. There you go. There's a DocType called item. Is there a DocType called purchase order? I'm sure there are. Purchase order. Yes, there is. Okay. Is there a DocType called delivery note? Yes, there is. Okay, so as you can imagine that this is actually where all the document is being created. Okay, as you click into one of this, you're going to see the field that has the familiar name because you already used it too. Okay, so again, this is where we're going to customize. So if you need to customize the existing DocType, this is where you would go. Okay, but right now we're going to create a new one called the room reservation, shall we? So I'm going to create add DocType. Okay. And let's just name it something self-explanatory. So room reservation. Okay. And the module, it's where we group different doc types together. That's kind of for organization purposes. So since this is kind of like a custom doc type, then it makes sense to choose custom module. Okay. Again, this is just for organization. Okay. All right, so then I think this is all you need to do. The rest of it is just more options for you because there are many types of doc types, and you want to create the one with the single. There's a child table, so we're going to skip all of that. I just click create and continue. Okay. And again, if once you create the doc type, then you are free to start building on which information you want to start recording. Okay? For example, if I want to reserve a room, then I might need the name of the room itself. Okay? So first, I think you need to add section. So section is where all the fields are going to be located. So just add new section. Okay? Once you have the section, then you can start adding the fields. Okay? For example, I want people to type in the room name. Okay, so I'm going to add field. And here you have a choice of which type of data do you want the user to type in. The most basic one is just the text. Okay, the text is called data. So this isn't called text, just called data. So I'm going to hit data like this. Okay, and once you do this, then you have options on your right panel to customize it even further. For example, you might want to change the label. Okay, so the label is pretty important. You can say room name or something so that people know this is about the room name. Okay. And for just the simple text box, text field, I think this is all you need to do. So you're done for the first information. Okay. Okay. Now, there you go. You can click away, or usually, or you can save. But let's say I can click away, come back. Actually, it's all saved. Okay, so you don't need to save it yet because it's kind of remember everything now. Okay. So the next field, I think might be nice to know the user. Okay. So this is kind of the power of using this type of software because I want to add another field. This one should be called link. Okay. So this one is going to be linked to the user. So I may be who is responsible for these reservations. Okay. So I'm going to say link. Okay. All right. And this time I'm going to say contact person. Okay. So usually if I submit the document, my name is already tied to that document, but maybe I want to have another contact person that's maybe not me. So this one is actually a good way to show you that if I do link, that means that it's going to link to other documents in the entire software. So you can come up with anything that you want if you want to link that particular document to here. So here, it would be very appropriate for you to go to option, right? So we're going to do option, and this is where we can tell what kind of link is this going to be, right? So I want to link this field to the user. Okay, there is a document called users. Okay, so I'm going to type in user like this. Okay, and you can click on it. Essentially, this is how you would link this field into the user in your system. So it's particularly convenient because once your system starts to have more and more users, this field is going to be up. This field is going to reflect that change too. So it's kind of dynamic links into the list of the user in your system. Okay. Next up, maybe we should know the date of the reservation, right? So we're going to go to date. Okay, so there are date and date time, right? So we're going to do date. Okay. And again, I can type in the name of the field, which is going to be date. Okay, like that. Okay. So the rest is just a kind of like a user input type. So you can just usually just define the label and you're done. Okay. Date. And then we're going to say maybe we need the time. So we need the time. Time. So if you need date, you have date. If you need time, you have time. Okay? Obviously. Okay. So this is going to be, so maybe I want to do start time. Okay. Time. Okay. And then maybe I want to do end time. Right? So maybe I'll do end time. So I'll do another time. Do end time. Okay. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay. Okay. So once you're done with this, you can hit save now. Actually, you can hit save whenever. It doesn't really matter. But I haven't saved it yet. Okay. Okay, and once you're done, okay, now you can start inputting the information right away. Okay, so I'm gonna go to room reservation list right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, and right away, it looks familiar, right? It functions similar to how you interact with existing documents. So I can always add room reservations now. Okay, that way. And again, this is all the fields that you need, right? Because you define it yourself. Okay, so I'm going to say that room A, and check this one out. If I click at the contact person, it's actually linked to the user in the system. So I have access to the current data. And keep in mind that this field can be linked to any document in the system. So it's super powerful. Okay, so maybe I want this guy to be contact person, okay? And the date, you can see that you have the date right away, okay? Time, right? That, end time, something like that, okay? And you can just hit saved right away, and you're done. Well, so right now, this information is stored in the database of the system already. So this is how easy for you to start collecting information. And this is one of the things that, once you start to use a system, once you start to, work in a big organization, there is always a need to collect this type of information, always, okay? And, your go-to solution typically would be like Google Form, right? But then the thing about using Google Form is that once you do that, then you're going to have trouble trying to link the information back to your system. Or if you need information from your system, then you have to kind of recreate them. Like for example, like in my department, if we want to have some form by Google Form, right, we need to type in the faculty name. Right? Every time you create the Google Form, you have to type in faculty name because the Google Form doesn't know about our organization. But if we use ERP system like this, we can create a new form and then link to the user, and then that field is going to list all the faculty name automatically every time. So that kind of connection between data is actually quite powerful. Okay. Okay. So right now I create one document, right? I can go back to the room reservation and I can add as many as you want, right? And then the new user or other user in your system can start adding more information. Okay. So that's how easy you can make the collect your data from your organizations. Okay. Okay. So right now, let's customize things a little bit more so that you kind of have a feeling of how much thing you can customize with just this interface. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to my DocType again, and then if you navigate away from here, then you can always go back to the build and DocType. Okay, so go to Fabric framework, build, and DocType. And now if you clear the filter, it should be here. So you have the room reservation. Okay. And even cooler than that, right now I can even search for room reservation. Oh, doesn't come up. Okay, maybe I should, if I refresh it one more time, I think. Okay, and then room reservation. See, now my room reservation is functioning like a normal document that you always use. Like you can search for it. There's like a report, and there's all kind of things that already built once you start to once you create the DocType. Okay, so it's pretty powerful. Okay, so what can we do? Okay, so one thing that I wanna customize is that this is the name of your document. So it's actually not, I mean, it looks kind of weird, right? Because this is a random string. So maybe we want to customize this a little bit more. So we can have called naming. Okay, so you can see that there's a naming tabs in here. Okay, and we can have different way of naming. Okay, so if you use something like naming series, okay, or maybe auto increments, okay, then as you can imagine that now the document's name is going to be in the numerics order. So we can try that, okay. Maybe it's a good one to start, okay, like that. Oh, okay, so I can only do this when there's no data. So once I create some data, then I cannot do. So I'm going to use something else, okay. I'm going to use expressions, okay, like this, okay. And this is where you can do something a little bit more like a coding, okay, because I can do maybe year, okay, year, okay, and I can do month, day, and then maybe I can do this, okay. So with this kind of expression, it's going to say that, you know, it's going to take the year, month, day, and then the increments of the number. So let's try that, see if it works. Save. And then I'm going to go to my room reservation one more time, and then I'm going to add a new one real quick. Room B, contact person, date, okay, whatever, now. Okay. Oop, actually, I did it wrong because I need to have the, sorry, I need to have the curly braces like this. Sorry guys, it has to be like this. Without the curly bracelet, it doesn't know which one is actually the placeholder. So, pardon my mistakes here. Okay, so let me check if this is okay, and then I'll go back for you to type it. Okay. Room C, contact person, date, start, end, something like that. There you go. I got it. So right now it's in the date and month and day, and then with the numerics specifier. Okay, so let me delete this one. I don't need it. Okay, so you can do something like this if you want. Okay, so actually there are many ways you can do. You can even do field name. So then if you put in maybe room number, then you can have the room number appending after the date. So your document name is even more meaningful, okay? But typically, you know, having the date is kind of nice because once you download everything, then you can sort things by date. So it's not a bad way to do. Okay. And one more thing, I just want to show you, okay, but you don't have to do it because we haven't really gone into the permission thing yet. But usually when you create the documents, you might want to limit the visibility or the ability of the user to do certain type of operations. And this is where you can specify, you know, who is going to be able to interact with your documents. So I do the permission tabs, okay. So right now, the system manager, which is your account at the moment, can do everything, okay? You can do read, write, delete, okay? And things like that, right? Like this, right? But then if you need to have another row, okay, which there are many, and this thing you can customize who's gonna be which row. For example, I want maybe this guy to only read it, then I just limit his access accordingly. So you can just try something real quick, like select another row, right? But now this guy, I don't want this guy to do anything except for just read it. So if you were to assign the row into users, then this user which has item manager can only read this thing. So this is a way for you to limit, because that's kind of important. You don't want the whole organization to see whatever you have, right? Edit or write and things like that. So pretty powerful. Again, you can do a whole thing with this. Okay. Okay, so this is good and all, right? But I want to show you one cooler feature is, the ability to share the link for other people outside your organization to be able to input the data is quite nice too. So this is called WebForm. Okay, so let's see. Maybe I want the outside user to be able to book my room. Then I can certainly do that. Which I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the case, right? But we can do that. Okay. So in order to do that, we're gonna go to Frappe framework one more time. Okay. And right now I'm gonna go to website. Okay. And I'm gonna go to WebForm. Okay. So this guy right here, Frappe framework, website, and WebForm. Okay. And WebForm is something that you can have in terms of like link, almost like a Google Form link that you can send to other people to fill in the information. You can certainly do that. So I'm going to do WebForm. Okay. And right now there are a couple forms inside. One of them you have seen it last time. Job application is one of the web form that's already come with the system, right? But let's create another web form for room reservation, shall we? So we're going to add web forms in here. Okay. And in here, we're going to type it in room reservation one more time. Okay. So think about this as the gateway for the outside user to input data into our systems. Okay. And for this, we're going to do DocType called room reservation, because that's the one that we just created, like that. Okay, your actually title can be anything, okay? But then the DocType is the one that we just created, okay? And again, if you want to be more organized, you can select the module to be custom. Okay, so I'm just do that, custom. Okay. And actually, that's it. Let's do the first round of this web form and see what it can do. So I'm gonna hit save and publish. So right now, if it's saved, this is not published yet, so nobody can access it. You have to publish it first. Okay. All right. If you publish it first, now you can click this button right here. Oh. See on the website and try it. Yeah, is that cool? Oh, you know what? Okay. But this is This is the first round. You can see that people can access it, right? But now, wait, where's my field? Like all the field that I need, I haven't done that yet. But you can see that now the form is kind of available, right? So let me go back because I totally forgot this. I forgot to hit this button, get field. Okay. If you hit this button, it's gonna go look into the room reservation DocType that we created earlier, and then bring in all the fields that we need, okay? And where is it? It's in here, okay? And you can, if you want to customize even further, you can. And this customization does not affect what you did earlier, because what you did earlier is a DocType. It's like the main core, the core documents. This one more like the interface, the mask that you put on over your core DocType. So if you edit anything in here, for example, like the label, you can feel free to do that because it doesn't affect the original settings. Okay, but I'm gonna leave it like this. Okay, and I'm gonna hit saved. Okay, And I'm going to go again to see on the website. And now you should see something like this. So this, like a Google form, basically, right? And this form is actually public to the outside users. So to test that, you can copy the link and then open incognito windows. So this one is like the new users, right? I can always just paste it in, and yeah, the new user can access my site, similar to how you would do with Google Form. But the data that user fills is in here. It's going to go back into your system. So, it's pretty nice because you have a centralized place to collect all the data, right? So let's say room D, okay? The contact person, right? Date, okay? Start time, end time, and then hit save, okay? And now I should be able to go back to my systems and see the, let's see, room reservation. See, it comes in here. So this is the data that came out into my database, okay? The use case for this, the one that I've seen is if you're selling something and you want the customer to come and place an order on your web, you can also create a web form like this, and people can come and place the order, okay, and things like that too. So that's something that you can do. And the nice thing is that you can customize so that like once you submit the order, it automatically creates the sales order and things like that. So, and then it goes into your flow of process very seamlessly, okay. Okay, and feel free to customize it even further. Okay, so if you type something in here like hi, like please enter, please, okay, enter your request, something like that. So you can write something in here, okay, and then it will show up on the form. Okay, I just do the form again, then yeah, so it's kind of, so it's normally you write something in here, tell the user what to do, things like that, okay? And if you want to go into even more depth, then you can start to customize all this field. Like you can even have some, certain restrictions, and maybe this field you want to restrict some users. You don't want the user to see the entire user in the organization. So that's more an advanced customization. But for now, this is something that you can do right away, and yeah, I think it's pretty nice for this type of ERP to be able to do something like this. Okay. Okay, so I think that's what I have. Now I want to see what you have too. Okay.